Welcome this morning for all of you that are joining live. And welcome to everybody else who's watching the video any time of day you're doing this. It's good that you're all here. My name is Betsy Sanders, and we're just going to be doing full body yoga today. Just a little thing to remind you that everyone will be on mute through the practice that we can communicate through chat. Also, we are recording for YouTube, but nobody but me will be on the recording. So you can be live and have your picture up, or you can turn off the video and you won't be on the video. So having said that, let's just get started. Finding a comfortable position, seated. You can use blocks or straps for this. Lots of things to modify, or cushions. I'll add those in if you want to use them or if you have them. It's no big deal if you don't. You can do this without anything but a mat. So seated, always an option to sit up to lift your hips so that the knees fall open a little bit more. And we'll just start grounding down through the sits bones, finding a comfortable place for our spine, stacking, maybe rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. Letting them drift down the back away from the ears. Closing your eyes. Just noticing the breath here to begin with. Noticing the quality of your breath, your natural rhythm. Softening as you exhale. Expanding and lengthening as you inhale. Keep breathing. I'm going to turn down my music a little bit. I feel like I'm talking over it. So keep noticing that breath. Please bringing your awareness inward. Letting go of the stresses, all of the craziness that's going around in our world around us. Just try to let it drift away from your mind for this hour. Giving yourself this hour on the mat just for you. Soften your mind and into the body and connect with yourself. Letting go of the outside world. Trying to keep your mind in this softened place throughout this practice. Resisting any urge to attach to thoughts. Just let them drift by if you find them popping up. Begin a pranayama practice, our breath practice. So keeping your eyes closed, bring your awareness more into your breath. You can keep your hands where they are. You can bring your hands to your belly. Inhale deep into the belly, expanding not only the chest but the belly as well. So finding more room as you inhale, and then exhale. Again, deep into the belly, up into the chest. Take up as much space in the torso as you can, and exhale, emptying out the bottom, belly draws back to the center. One more time, inhale deep into the belly. So on your next inhale, we're going to breathe in for count of 4 and exhale for count of 4. So we'll inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Last time, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. This next round, we're going to extend it out to 6 counts. So we'll inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last time, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then allow your breath to come back to your natural rhythm, noticing any differences. And then finding a rhythm that's good for you. 4 counts, 6 counts. We're going to try to hold on to this connection with our breath throughout the practice. So choosing whatever those counts are, bringing the breath in and out through the nose. Choosing your count, and then begin to close off the back of your throat just enough so the breath becomes audible. Kind of creating a way to control the rate of your breath. Ujjayi breath. Holding on to this breath, opening your eyes, and then finding your way all the way over to hands and knees. We'll start to move and warm up. Feet are spread wide. Bring your big toes together to touch, spread your knees wide to the edge of your mat. And exhale, drop your hips back to your heels, resting your forehead in child's pose. Let the belly melt towards the mat between the legs. Tail melt towards the heels. Let your head rock side to side.
Would it be okay to turn down the music a little bit?
Keep rocking your head, massaging your forehead. That place between your eyebrows. Then slowly coming all the way back up to all fours, shoulders stacked over wrists, hips over knees. Keep your belly drawn in, inhale, and on the exhale, drop the head and the tail as you round the spine, separating the shoulder blades in cat. Inhaling, coming through center, belly and heart drop towards the earth, head and tail tip towards the sky and cow. Keep moving through cat and cow, stretching out along the spine. Staying here, you can find more movement. Maybe looking to the side towards one heel or hip, and then the other, stretching out to the side body. One more round of breath, wherever you are. And coming back to a neutral spine, we're going to do a little twist, just a gentle twist. We're going to inhale, reach your right hand up to the sky, following your hand with your gaze. And exhale, set the back side of the hand down, and that's sliding it in between your left hand and your knee until you can set your shoulder and the right side of your face down next to your left hand. Staying here for this gentle twist, or you can extend your left fingers to the sky. If you want a little bit more, rotate your palm to face away from you, bend at the elbow, and tuck your left hand behind you until you can maybe reach your fingers in front of your right hip. Keep opening the left shoulder, but relaxing into the mat. If you're in the bind, release the left hand. Everybody bringing it back down to the mat next to your right or next to your face. Inhale, push into the mat as you lift your right hand back up to the sky. And exhale, place the right hand down on the mat. Inhale, left hand comes high to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, sliding that left hand across the floor until you can gently set your left side of your face down. Then maybe extending the right arm, maybe bending it behind, tucking it in front of the hip. Listen to your body. Releasing the right hand, bringing it back to the mat. Inhale, pushing into the right hand as you lift the left up to the sky. Exhale, left comes back down to the mat. Curl your toes under, walk your hands just a couple inches forward so they're in front of your shoulders. Fingers spread wide, engage into your fingertips. Inhale, and on the exhale, lift the tail and push back into your heels for downward facing dog. Start by having some movement here, opening through the feet and the legs. Reaching one heel down towards the mat as you lift the other, stretching out through the feet and the toes, stretching out through the calf, the ankle, even behind the knee. Then lifting your right leg high to the sky, rotate your ankle in one direction. Then reverse directions. Maybe a little pop and crackle here. Bring the right foot down, lifting the left high to the sky, rotating the ankle. And reverse. And then left foot comes back down to meet the right in our downward facing dog. Finding stillness here. So find your downward facing dog, heels pushing towards the earth. It really doesn't matter if they touch, but the action is pushing down. Tail and sits bones reach high to the sky as you lengthen through the spine. Flat back, heart is reaching towards your knees. Gaze at a spot between your feet. Head is hanging soft. Neck is long. And then pushing in your hands and fingers as much as you are your feet. In downward facing dog. Taking this moment to set an intention for your practice today. Something that resonates with you. And holding on to that intention. On your next exhale, walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. Bending your knees a lot, feet not width apart. Allow your upper body to roll around over the top of your legs, head hanging, arms hanging with gravity. Releasing, feeling the stretch in the spine. So we want to keep this deep bend. We're not stretching in the legs here. This is more for the spine. You can stay here, grab opposite elbows and sway side to side for ragdoll. And carefully shake your head, yes. Releasing through the neck and no. Releasing the arms, straighten the knees. Heel to your feet, toes come together to touch, big toes come together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, come to a halfway lift. Hands can be on the shins, the ankles, maybe fingers to the floor, but listen to your body, listen to where it is this morning. And exhale, hang and forward fold. Inhale, root down through the feet and lead with the heart, arms sweep wide as you come to stand, reach into the sky. Then exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Savasana. And we'll begin with some sun salutations to build some heat. Inhale, arms sweep to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come through heart center as you dive over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, back is flat, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, plant your hands outside of your feet and step one foot and then the other back into a plank. Long straight line from the heels to the crown of the head. We're going to inhale, shift forward so the shoulders come in front of the fingertips. Drop your knees and then lower your chin and chest. Elbows glued to the sides of the ribcage. So you're hovered here, elbows stuck to your ribs. Inhale, shifting forward or scooping forward. Drop your belly. Release the top of your feet. Roll your shoulders back. Use the muscles along your spine to lift your heart in baby cobra. Inhale here. And exhale, push back to your knees, curl your toes. downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your feet together, coming up onto your tiptoes. Exhale, bend your knees a lot. Look between your hands and either walk or push off and float your feet to a forward fold at the front of your mat. Inhale, come to a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms sweep to the sky, reaching fingertips up. Exhale, palms together to heart center. We'll move to Sun Salutation or Surya Namaskar B. We're gonna inhale, bend your knees, touch the floor with your fingertips. Keep this squat, tail reaching back, and we'll reach your arms up by your ears. Lift your heart, tuck your tail slightly. In chair. Exhale, hands come through heart center, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Keep your right hip in line with your left. Reach through the entire leg, through the heel or the ball of the foot. Exhale, bend the knee towards your nose, bringing your right foot forward. Make sure that your knee is stacked over your ankle. If you can't get it that far, you can scoot it forward. Drop your left heel and inhale, rise, warrior one. Squaring the hips, deep bend in the right knee. Exhale, hands come down to frame the foot. Inhale, right foot comes back to meet the left, shifting forward. Exhale, lower your knees, chest, chin, or stand on your toes and lower halfway to chaturanga. Elbows glued to the side of the ribs. Inhale, scooping forward onto your belly for cobra, or coming all the way to up dog. Tops of the feet and the palms are the only thing on the mat for upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, left leg high to the sky. Again, left hip is in line with the right, reaching through the entire leg. Exhale, bend the knee towards the nose. Foot comes between the hands. However you need to get it there. Knee stacked over the ankle. Drop your right heel. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands come down to frame the foot. Left comes back to meet the right as you inhale, shift forward. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your feet together, coming up onto your tiptoes, moving with your breath. Exhale, bend your knees, look between your hands at the bottom of the exhale. Step or float to forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms sweep to the sky. And exhale, palms together to heart center. Closing your eyes, releasing your arms down by your side, just for a moment. Reconnecting with that breath count, whatever your count may be. Noticing the heat. Opening your eyes again, we'll start moving through our flows. Hands come to heart center. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to downward facing dog. We're going to inhale, reach your right leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, bringing it all the way forward. Again, scooting it up, checking with your knee and your ankle. Really important. Dropping your left heel, we're going to come into warrior one again. Inhale, arms sweep to the sky. If you want to start warrior one, if you have tight hips, it's kind of nice to bring your hands to your hips here first, to try to square them. Show your body how to rotate that right hip back, left hip forward, grounding through the outer edge of your left foot, and then reaching fingers high to the sky. Warrior one. Inhale here, lifting through the heart. And exhale, rotate, opens, the body opens to the side, warrior two. Adjusting the feet, so if you were to draw a line down the mat from your right heel, it should bisect the arch of your left foot. Drop your tail straight down, deep bend in the right knee, keep opening it to the right, so you should be able to see your big toe on your right foot, and then gaze just beyond your right fingertips. Warrior two. Inhale, drop your left hand gently to your left thigh. Right hand reaches up as you lift through the heart, reverse warrior. Inhale. And exhale, right elbow comes to the right knee, reaching through those right fingertips. Don't let the hand hang. Inhale, sweep the arm forward, creating a long straight line from your left foot to your left fingertips. Open the left shoulder, gaze up underneath the armpit, stay here, or right hand can come to the floor, inside of the right hand, extended side angle. Keep reaching, inhale, and exhale, push into the right foot, come all the way to stand. Straighten the right knee, arms keep reaching, fingertip to fingertip. We're gonna come into triangle. Inhale, slide out over that right leg, and exhale, just tip over. Hand can come to the shin, ankle, maybe to the floor, but more importantly than where that hand is, doesn't matter if you come all the way down, it's the integrity of the posture. So what we want to be thinking is that we're in between two panes of glass. We don't want to start bending forward into it to reach the floor. We want to stay in between those two panes of glass, reach through fingertips, tuck that right hip under, open the left hip. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, coming all the way up to standing. Bring your right hand to your right hip, step your left foot halfway in, and then square your hips to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift your right hand up to the, or left hand up to the sky, and reach it out over the right leg. We're gonna try to keep our hips square here. Exhale, lower it down. Level one, you're gonna have your left hand right inside of your right foot. Level two, you can bring it to your top of the foot, and the main posture is hand to the floor on the outside of the right foot. Here's where you can use a block also, or a cushion or something for support. So from here, we're gonna open the right shoulder, try to stack the shoulder, try to keep the hips square, drawing that right hip back, and then maybe extending right fingertips. Try to open the heart towards the sky and revolve triangle. Inhale and exhale, bring both hands down to the floor, just in front of your right toes, and inhale, lift that left leg. Keep the hips square to the floor, reaching through the leg. You can reach through the ball of the foot or the heel, but don't have the hips stacked yet. We're coming into warrior three. So you can stay here with a supported warrior three, reaching back through the left foot, or you can come to balance, finding your drishti, hands to heart center, shoulder blades draw towards each other, hands can be heart center, or reaching behind you, or overhead for traditional warrior three. 3, 2, dropping the right hand to the floor. Keep your drishti, bring the left hand to the hip and then start stacking the left hip on top of the right. So you're opening to the side. Open the left shoulder. Maybe reach fingertips to the sky. For Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Staying here, or if you feel comfortable, you can bend that left foot or left knee, reaching back to the left foot with the hand and kicking to the hand. Releasing the foot if it's in the hand, we're reaching fingers to the sky again. Inhale, and we're gonna come back into warrior two as gracefully as possible. So start bending that right knee, lifting your right hand up, or you can keep it there for support. And as slow and gracefully as you can, bring that left foot down, coming all the way back to warrior two, gazing forward. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the right foot. Inhale, right foot comes back to meet the left, shifting forward. Exhale, lower halfway down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high to the sky. Exhale, bring the left foot forward, all the way between the hands, checking with knee and ankle, drop the right heel, and inhale, warrior one on this side. If you want to check your hips, I always have trouble here because I have tight hips. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward, and then reach the hands up. Deep breath in, staying with that breath count. Exhale, adjusting your feet, warrior two. Heel to arch. Gaze down, make sure you can see your big toe. Drop the tail straight towards the earth. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand drops to your thigh. Heart and left fingertips lift. Inhale. And exhale, elbow to knee. Sweeping the right fingertips forward. Staying here, or if you brought the hand to the floor inside of the foot, keep that long, active stretch, reaching from your foot to your fingertips. Keep opening the right shoulder. You can look up towards your right hand. You can look down towards your left foot. Inhale, and exhale, push into your left foot. Straighten your left leg, arms reaching between fingertip to fingertip. We're gonna find triangles. So again, we're in between those two panes of glass. Inhale, slide out over that left leg. And exhale, tip over, finding your posture. Pushing into the outer edge of the right foot. You don't need to lock out that left knee. But keep opening, stacking shoulder over shoulder, tucking the left hip, opening the right. Inhale. And exhale, come to stand. We're gonna bring our left hand to our left hip. And inhale, step your right foot in partway. Right hand reaches towards the sky. Square the hips to the front of the room. Inhale, reach out forward with the right hand over that left leg. And then exhale, come down. Hand to the floor, inside of the foot, on top of the foot, or outside of the foot. If you use the block, it's a nice assist to open. This one's hard, especially if you have tight hips. Maybe opening the left fingers to the sky. There's a twist happening here. Breathing. Take another deep breath in. And exhale, bring both hands down to the mat in front of you. Remove the block. So fingers come to the floor. Find your drishti or your focal point. Inhale and exhale, lift the right leg. You can stay here, try to lengthen through your spine, or hands come up and find warrior three. So reaching back through the right leg, try not to let the right hip lift. Keep it in line, your pelvis is square with the floor. 3. Keep breathing, 2. And 1. Left hand comes down to the mat or to the floor. Just a few inches in front of your left fingertip or your left toes. Start stacking your right hip on your left. Stack your shoulders. Keep your drishti wherever that may be. And then if you came into the bind, you can bend the right knee, reach back to grab the foot, and then kick into the foot. Keep stacking, keep breathing. Rounding down through the left foot. You came into the bind, release the foot, fingers towards the sky. Gaze back at the floor, bend your left knee, and as slowly and gracefully as you can, take your time, step that right foot back, and then coming back up to warrior 2 on this side. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, cartwheeling your hands down to frame the left foot. Inhale, left comes back to meet the right as you shift forward. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg high to the sky again. 3-legged dog. Exhale, come forward into plank as you bring your right knee to your right tricep. See if you can touch it. Inhale, reach long, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring your right knee across the body. See if you can touch your left tricep. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, knee to nose, rounding in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring your right foot all the way forward, planting it outside of your right hand. So it doesn't matter if it's on the mat here, we're coming down into a stretch. So outside of the right hand, and then square your hips towards the mat. Keep lifting the left knee away from the mat as you lower the hips. Coming into that place where you find the edge of that tension in the front of that left hip, then drop the knee and release the top of the foot for lizard. Lots of options here. You can stay here. Maybe you can lower to forearms. Maybe if you want to come back up to your hands, you can angle your right toes out to the corner of the room and let the weight roll to the outer edge of your foot so the arch side of the foot lifts and your knee falls open. If you want to stay here, or you can start opening the right shoulder and put gentle pressure with your right hand against your right knee, pushing it gently away from the body. If you want to come into a bind, keep looking over that right shoulder, lift the left foot, and reach around to grab the outside of the foot with the right hand. Keep opening that right shoulder if you come into the bind. Whatever feels right for you today. Feeling the opening in the pelvis and the hips. I like to kind of sway in these. Feel all of the aspects of the opening in the hips. What feels best? Keep breathing. If you lifted the foot, gently let it come back down. Everybody bringing both hands to the mat. Fingers wide, hands underneath the shoulders. Curl your toes, your left toes under. Lift your left knee so you come into a strong tripod position. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, lift that right leg back up to the sky, reaching through the leg. Exhale, bend the knee under the body, bringing it all the way forward. This time, setting the knee next to the wrist, setting the leg down, and then drop that left leg down. Release the top of the left foot, slide the left foot back. So lots of ways to get into pigeon here. Everybody's different. I like to have a deep bend in my knee, so you see that my right foot is more towards my hip. This protects my knee. It hurts to have my shin straight with the front of the mat. A lot of people like that too, but we want to be really careful of our knee. So if we have any knee pain here, you can come out, you should come out if you feel it in your knee, and you can come into a figure four, either seated with your ankle on your knee or on your back. So continuing wherever you feel right for pigeon, walking your weight back, lifting your heart. We're gonna come into modified pigeon. If your hip isn't all the way down, make sure you're not rolling to the right side so you're supporting with fingers, or you can stick a block or a cushion under your right hip. Staying here and lifting through the heart, or you can bind, reaching back for the left foot. Try to get the arch side of the foot, squaring the shoulders to the mat. If you want more, bring it into the elbow. You can balance, lifting the right hand to the sky, choosing a mudra, or just reaching energy through the fingertips. The full posture is both arms overhead, grabbing the toes. I will never be there. But we're always working to keep the hip opening. If you came into a bind, gently release that left foot back down. Keeping your shoulders square with the mat. One more inhale, lifting through the heart. And on your exhale, walk your hands forward. Coming into a place where you can rest your head. So if you can only come to the forearms, which is totally fine, you can make fists, stacking them and resting your head. If you have a cushion, this is a great place for a cushion. You just want to relax the entire body. At any level for the blocks, you can rest your head. We want to find softening in the arms, the shoulders, the head as we open through the hip, breathing into the hip and the glute, using our exhales to soften and open, releasing the tension in the strongest joint in our body. Taking this moment to reconnect with your breath, finding your personal count. And slowly on your next inhale, coming back up onto hands, Shifting your weight forward into your hands. Curl your left toes under, lift your left knee. Inhale deeply, pushing into your hands, and exhale, lift that right leg up. We don't need to straighten it yet. Let's just bring some movement back into that leg we sat on. So I just move through the hip, knee, ankle, just warm it back up, get some blood flow. Your next inhale, reach long and strong, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your right knee, stacking your hips, letting your right heel come towards your glutes. So knee reaches towards the sky. And then check in with your shoulders. Make sure they're still square to the front of the mat, heart reaching towards your left leg in scorpion. You can stay here, or if you want to find wild thing, slowly and carefully let your right foot come down to the floor behind you. So you're on your left hand. Once your feet are squarely on the ground, inhale, rotate your heart open to the sky. Reach your right hand up and over. And wild thing. Take a deep breath in. And if you're in wild thing, gaze back at your left hand and carefully come all the way back around. Everybody exhale, bringing the right foot back down to meet the left in downward facing dog, staying here or taking a vinyasa of your choice at your own pace. Moving with your breath. Then we'll move to the other side. Inhaling, left leg high to the sky. Exhale, come forward, left knee to left tricep. Inhale, reach high to the sky. Exhale, come across the body, left knee to right. Inhale, reach, long and strong. Exhale, curl in, knee to nose. Inhale, reach. And exhale, bring your left foot all the way forward, planting it outside of your left hand. From here, stay up on your toes, check in with your knee and ankle. Keep your right leg straight as you try to lower the front of your pelvis down to the mat. So you feel the edge of that tension in the front of the right hip. Drop your right knee, release the top of the foot. And then finding your option in lizard here. Whatever you did on the other side, see if you can find that same option. Maybe opening the toes, rolling to the outer edge of the foot. Maybe pushing gently into that knee. Or finding your bind. And breathe into this stretch. Using our exhales to send the signal to our body to soften, sending the signal that it's safe. You can relax and stop protecting the joint. You lifted your right foot, gently let it come back down. Bringing both hands to the mat, fingers spread wide, pull your right toes under, lift your right knee, pushing into the mat with your hands, inhale, and on the exhale, lift your left leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knee under the body, bringing it all the way forward, setting it next to the wrist. Sliding your right leg back for pigeon. So finding your same option here. There'll be a different side to side. We have a dominant side. We also have a more flexible side. So one side will always be stronger. We're working towards that balance. Walking your weight back, lifting your heart. And then if you chose to bind, you can find the right foot. Maybe balancing here. Keep your breath. We want to stop breathing and hold our breath. I'm going to breathe into these sensations. Keeping our exhales long, especially send signals to get out of our fight and flight, back into our parasympathetic, rest and digest. Helps us deal with stress. So hopefully we can take these skills off the mat. If you lifted the right foot gently, release the right foot back down to the mat. One more inhale, lifting through heart center, and then exhale, walk your hands forward for sleeping pigeon. Wherever you were, try to find that place where you can rest your head. On a cushion, on your hands, on a block, maybe you can come all the way down. We stay longer in our hip openers, as it is the strongest and biggest joint in our body. It takes longer for these muscles to open and soften safely. We also tend to hold tension, stress, negative feelings here in our hips, just as in our shoulders or our neck. So releasing is really important. Next inhale, slowly finding your way back up onto your hands, shoulder width, fingers wide. Shift your weight forward into your hands, curl your right toes under, lift your knee. Inhale, push into the hands, and exhale, lift that left leg up. You don't want to come back into three-legged dog yet, just bring some movement back. Bending in the knee, maybe making some circles with your hips, bringing blood flow back. When you're ready, inhale, reach that leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, scorpion. Knee comes towards the sky, bending the knee, but keep the shoulders square. Staying in scorpion or finding wild thing. Again, carefully rotating over, kind of into a side plank until you can drop the left foot to the floor behind you. Once your feet are square on the floor and stable, you can lift the heart, lift the hips, and reach the left hand up and over. Open through the throat and the heart. During wild thing, gaze back at your right hand, carefully come all the way back around. And everybody letting the left foot come down to meet the right and downward facing dog. Staying here in downward facing dog, or taking your very last vinyasa of the practice. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. And everybody inhaling your feet together up onto your tiptoes. Exhale, bend your knees, look between your hands, and step or float to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hinge in the hips, reaching up high to stand. And exhale, palms together to heart center. We're going to come down to our mat, begin to work our way back down towards Savasana. So feet are together, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Keep them there, reach out in front of you. Inhale, come up onto your balls of your feet, onto your toes. Keep your knees together, and then if you can, if this hurts your knee, just don't do it. It's just fun. Keep your knees together and come into a squat, and see if you can stay up on the balls of your feet. As you lower all the way down, hips come to heels. Then you can roll back onto your seat or support yourself back onto your seat as I have to do. We'll come into some core work. So finding those sits bones. So you can stack your spine here. Knees can be slightly bent in front of you. It makes it easier to stack the spine and have the shoulders open where they should be. Hands alongside your hip joints. Belly stays drawn in. Uddiyana Bandha, keep that in, heart lifted and shoulders open. Those are the three most important things. Inhale, find length. Exhale, hinge back. Stay here, you can lift your feet if those are stable, or you can lift your hands as well. You can drop your feet, keep your hands up. You can have your hands down, keep your feet up. You can grab your thighs. So again, integrity of the posture is more important than where your feet and hands are. We don't want rounding back. We don't want our bellies. Check down and look at your belly. Is it popping out? That means we've disengaged the core. And that's what we're trying to strengthen. So Just staying here, shaking is totally normal. I'm shaking right now. Some days I don't, some days I do. And we'll stay here for 3, 2, 1. Drop your feet. Soles of the feet come together, knees wide, making a shape of a diamond, and exhale, fold forward. You can relax into this, or you can be more active, wrapping your feet around, or your hands around your feet, elbows bend out to the side, and pull your heart towards your feet. And lengthening in the spine, and feel that deepening in the stretch in the low back. As much as we try to leave the low back out of this core work, it comes in for support. If you pop out of posture, then it really takes over. So we want to be careful. We want to give a release between the rounds. Coming back up. One more round here. Sitting tall. Exhale, hinge back. Finding your option. You can stay here, or any of the options for assistance, you can come into the flow too. So for the flow, we're going to inhale, lengthen out long without touching. Exhale, hinge up without rounding. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift. 3 more. Inhale, and exhale. 2, and exhale. Last 1, and exhale. Stay here at the top, straighten the legs. You can grab your legs. Keep reaching your heart towards your legs. See if you can walk your hands up your legs. Maybe you can grab your feet. This is balance too, not just stretching. So lift the heart, bring the heart towards the legs, finding that V position. Trying to keep the spine flat. You're balancing on your sits bones. Staying here, or maybe you can open your legs slowly. These are just challenges. If you come out, it's fine. And then balancing in that wide leg. And exhale, bending your knees, bringing your soles of your feet together, and folding into diamond. One last time. Nice work. Back up to our seat. Come all the way down to our back. The last couple postures. Some spine opening. Soles or feet come together, legs zip up together, sitting tall, roll your shoulders up, back and down. Shoulders stay there, arms extend. Inhale, lengthen the spine, draw the belly button in. And exhale, around the spine, keeping that belly drawn in, using the belly to control the articulation of one vertebra at a time. Slowly all the way down. Try not to skip over even that small of your back. And relax your arms and head last. Bending your knees, bring the feet flat to the mat. We're going to come into fish, a heart opener, little spine opener. So rocking side to side. So you can scoot your arms underneath your body. Hands flat to the mat. Elbows come towards each other. So you already start lifting your heart here because the shoulder blades come together. Thumbs touching so the palms are on the mat. Then once you're here, extend your legs. Zip the legs up again, toes pointed. We're going to bring the weight into the elbows. Push the elbows into the mat. Heart lifts a little bit more even here. Inhale, gaze up towards the toes. Push into the elbows even more so you lift your entire body up. And exhale, open the head back softly and let it rest on the mat. About 10% of weight in the head. So we're not jamming the head down. We're really pushing into the elbows. Like somebody's lifting our body up right at that heart center. And that opening in our throat in fish. Your next inhale. Lift the head, gazing at the feet, and slowly lower back down. Bending your knees, rocking side to side to release the arms. Shake out the hands if they feel smashed. Get some blood flow back. Coming into bridge. So make sure that you can touch the back of your heels with your middle finger. Just graze them. You shouldn't be able to grab your feet. And make sure your feet are at least hip width apart. You can have them parallel with the edges of the mat, or you can angle your toes slightly in towards each other, a little bit pigeon-toed. But we want to try to pay attention to our knees and keep them stacked over our ankles. Rotate your palms open to the sky so your gaze, or so the shoulders release, and keep your gaze in one spot on the ceiling. Inhale. And on the exhale, push into the feet and lift the hips into bridge. You can stay here. Imagine that there's a ball you're squeezing between your knees, so your knees don't fall open. And you're engaging that inner thigh to keep them there. Or another trick is to lift your toes, grounding down into the four corners of your feet. You can stay here, or you can tuck one shoulder at a time, bringing shoulder blades together until you can interlace your fingers on the mat below your tail. Keep squeezing through the glutes to lift the glutes high, lengthening through the spine, opening through the heart, and breathing here in bridge. Opening through the entire front side of the body. Getting that long arc of energy through the back side. One more inhale so you can lift a little higher. If you come into the bind, release the arms. Everybody, inhale up onto toes, arms come overhead. And exhale, slowly roll through the spine. One vertebra at a time. Tail comes down last. Arms come by your side. Bring your knees into your chest. Slowly rocking side to side. Releasing your hands. Plant your feet again. Your feet come to the edge of your mat, knees come together. So they come together, they're kind of falling together to touch. Arms relaxed by your side. Or you can bring your arms into cactus arms. You're extending your arms out like wings, palms open to the sky, and then bend at the elbows. So it's almost like goalposts. Here, cross your right leg over your left. Inhale and exhale. Let your knees fall to the right, keeping your foot in one place. Breathing into this, letting the weight of your legs should feel really deep stretch inside your pelvis on that left side. It's your internal psoas muscle. The only muscle of our body that connects the top half of our body to the bottom. Breathing into this muscle, into this stretch. And your next exhale, lifting your knees back to center and bringing the left foot down to the edge of the mat. Crossing your left over your right. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let the knees fall to the left. Keeping your shoulders grounded. And relaxing into this. Next exhale brings your knees back up, uncrossing your legs. And then bringing your knees up towards your chest. Open your knees wider than your chest. Stack your ankles over your knees, wrapping your fingers around the outside edge of your feet, or you can grab big toes with your peace fingers. From here, you're going to lengthen your tail all the way down on the back on the mat. So your sacrum is spread out completely on the mat. As much of your spine is down on the mat as possible. If you can do that here, then you can pull your knees down a little bit closer towards the mat outside of your chest. You can hold this in stillness and happy baby. You can rock side to side. And if you want to play with this, you can kick one leg straight and bend the other knee a little bit more as you go side to side, switching legs. You can keep both legs straight. Wherever you are, release your hands. Release your knees to tabletop, knees stacked over hips. Arms open like wings, palms open to the sky. Cross your right leg over your left. Keeping your shoulders, both shoulders on the mat. Inhale and exhale, slowly let your knees fall to the left. Don't let the right shoulder come up. So you can let your knees come as far as you can with the right shoulder down. And then gaze over at your right hand to complete your twist from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Breathing into the twist. Letting the breath work for you in this posture. Each exhale, maybe twisting a little bit deeper. Your next exhale, knees come back to center. Crossing left over right. Inhaling and exhale, knees fall to the right. Left shoulder stays down, gaze over at the left hand. And release into this twist. Letting the breath deepen the posture. Into this cleansing twist as we squeeze our internal organs. Kind of like wringing out a dish rag. It's supposed to aid in digestion, organ function. As well as create space and release pressure in the spine. Your next exhale, knees come back to center. And uncross your legs, extending them out for our final posture in Savasana. Legs long, feet mat width apart. Let your feet fall open naturally. Arms alongside the body without touching, palms open to the sky. If you want a little bit more grounding, you can bring palms to the floor. And then tuck your chin slightly to lengthen the back of your neck and completely relax. Scanning your body, starting at your feet, noticing for any tension. Bringing a big inhale into that place of tension, and as you exhale, see if you can let it release. Keeping your mind still. Trying to resist any urge to move or attachment to thought. Giving these last moments in Savasana to let our practice resonate within us. So I have a quote today from Brené Brown. Authenticity is not something we have or don't have. It's a practice, a conscious choice of how we want to live. Authenticity is a collection of choices that we have to make every day. It's about the choice to show up and be real, the choice to be honest, the choice to let our true selves be seen. You can stay in Savasana longer if you'd like. And as for time, I'll start to guide you out. So you're welcome to do either. Bringing your awareness back into your body. Noticing the world through our senses. Bringing in movement, wiggling our fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. And then extending arms overhead, legs come together, reaching fingertips away from toes, getting as long as you can. And on your next exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Maybe bringing your forehead towards your knees into a little ball. And then carefully roll to one side into a fetal position, resting your head on your bicep, keeping your eyes closed. And check in again with that intention that you set. Keeping that intention in your mind, with your eyes closed. Find your way to a comfortable seated position to close our practice. Thank you everyone for joining me and sharing your practice with me today. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. The inner light in me recognizes the inner light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining. This will be the last one through Rose City Rollers as for now. But you constantly will continue to have access to the ones on YouTube. They will be there, so all the ones that I've done previously. If you want to follow me and see what else I'm doing, I'll be offering one-on-one. I'll probably be doing some Zoom classes soon, or where I go next, depending on what happens with COVID. You can email me at journeyandmovement77@gmail.com. My name is Betsy Sanders, by the way, so you can find me on Facebook on that or Instagram, but also I am Journey and Movement on Facebook and at journey_in_movement on Instagram for yoga. So I give lots of tips, some access to free classes, little short videos, and then anything else I'm doing if you're interested. Thank you so much for coming and joining. I really loved being here with you guys. I hope you guys have a blessed day and weekend.